Rumaiym, sign name Romans, chapter 7. Brothers and sisters, I am talking to people who know about the laws of the land. Do you not know that the law of the land has power over someone only as long as they live? A married woman is united with her husband and bound to him under the law while he is alive. But if her husband died, she is released from the law as far as her husband is concerned. So then, if she lives with another man while her husband is alive, she is committing adultery. But if her husband dies, she is free from the law. If she decides to marry another man, she would not be committing adultery. Therefore, my brothers and sisters, you also died with respect to the old covenant law through the body of the Mashiach, so that you could be united with someone else, and that is Alua. You are now united with the one who was raised from the dead, so you can bear fruit for Alua. When we thought only of ourselves, we had sinful desires because we could not keep the old covenant law. Every part of our bodies were slaves to sin, and we were doomed to die. However, now we have been freed from the old covenant law. Our old selves died, so now the old covenant law cannot have power over us. Now we only serve and obey Alua, the spirit of newness that He provided. We do not have to obey Him through the Old Covenant law. Does that mean that the Old Covenant law was sinful? Absolutely not. It is the 10 Commandments that still remain from the Old Covenant law that shows us what sin is. I would not know what coveting is, except that the 10 Commandments say you do not covet. The commandment and the law made me realize that evil desires were stirring in me that were wrong. If there was no commandment law to break, then there would be no sin. Before I knew about the 10 Commandments, I thought I was alive. But as soon as I was made aware of the 10 Commandments, my sin was exposed. The very 10 Commandments that led to life showed me that I was on my way to death. The sin in me that was shown through the 10 Commandments was trying to deceive me and kill me. So, the Torah of Alua that is still in effect is set apart. And the 10 Commandments are set apart, righteous and good. Did something good bring death to me? Absolutely not. The sin that was going to cause my death was exposed as sin by the 10 Commandments. The 10 Commandments thoroughly expose my sin so that it can clearly be seen. We know that the Torah is spiritual, but I am made of flesh and blood. My flesh would have sold me off as a slave to sin. In my flesh, I acted without knowing what I was doing, as I did not do what I wanted. Instead, I found myself doing the things that I hated. Although I used to not do what was right, I still agreed with the 10 Commandments that they were good. It was not the real me who was doing what was wrong. It was the sin that lived in the old me who was doing what was wrong and preventing me from being the real me. I know that there is nothing good inside my old nature, because even if I wanted to do good, I could not do it. I did not do the good I wanted to do. Instead, the evil that I did not want to do is what I did. So, if I did what I did not want to do. It was not the real me who was doing it. It was a sin that lived in the old me doing it. The 10 Commandments showed me that the sin that was in me was keeping me from doing what was right. With my whole heart, I agreed with the Torah of Eluah. But in my flesh, I would always find there was something fighting against my mind. It made me a prisoner of sin that controlled everything I did. What an awful person. What an awful person I was. Who was it that rescued me from my flesh that was on its way to everlasting death? I thank Eluah because it was Yahuwah, Mashiach, our Master, who rescued me when I called on Him and obeyed Him. Because of this, with my mind and body, I am now able to obey the 10 Commandments. But before, my selfish flesh was making me serve and obey sin.